Why are people leaving Colorado in 2025? Well, in this video, we're going to break down just that. Why are they leaving? Where are they going to? And much more. And at the very end, I'm going to explain how does this actually affect you as a buyer or a seller. Now, if this is your first time visiting, my name is Tyler Norris and I'm a local realtor out here in Colorado. And I make videos like this weekly, just talking about anything about Colorado to make sure your move is a little bit easier when you move to Colorado or sell in Colorado. So if you are new to this channel, just make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, notification, all those fun buttons so you stay up to date with all my videos. So let's get right into it and let's talk about why are people leaving Colorado. Let's start this video off with some numbers and talk about how many people are actually leaving Colorado. Now, we don't have the exact numbers for 2025, obviously, because 2025 is not quite over, but we do have the numbers from 2023, which was the last US Census, and we saw about 211,000 people leave Colorado, but we didn't feel the full effects of that because we saw just as many people, or not more, actually enter the state. Now, if we fast forward to 2025, we can take a look at the Common Census Institute, who shows the net migration. Now, what is the net migration? Well, the net migration is the difference between people moving in versus people moving out. And they say it is down about 52% compared to 2015. Now, that translates to roughly around 36,000 people fewer arrivals to Colorado. Now, what does that 36,000 people actually look like? Well, if you take Red Rocks Amphitheater and you fill it up 4 times, that is around roughly 36,000 people, fewer people arriving to Colorado. Now, if you look at Denver Metro, we're actually seeing a bigger drop. We're seeing roughly down nearly 70% fewer people actually arriving to Denver area compared to a decade ago. So this overall shows us that there is definitely this huge trend of less people coming and more people leaving. We don't know the exact numbers, but it'll be fun to kind of look at this next year and see what the exact numbers were for 2025. So where are people moving to if they're leaving Colorado? Now, according to Axios Denver, we see that most people are moving to places like Texas, Florida, California, Arizona, and Washington. And if you take a deeper dive, in 2022, they saw about over 24,000 Coloradans move to Texas, around 21,000 moved to Florida, and about 20,000 moved to California. Now, in the comments below, let me know where you think people are moving to when they leave Colorado. What state do you think they're actually moving to, or what state would you move to if you left Colorado? So why are people leaving Colorado? Well, based on multiple studies and based on multiple polls, here are the top 3 reasons. Number 1 is cost of living and housing prices. We all expected this one to be on the list because we do know Colorado is more expensive than a lot of other states when it comes to buying a house and then just cost of living. Now, with this, we are starting to see prices drop when it comes to houses. About 41% of people have to actually do a price decrease on their house that's listed before they actually get it sold, but it's still more expensive than a lot of other states. Now, according to Axios Denver, they did a poll and about 51% of voters said they are considering leaving because of affordability. Now, reason number 2 is an aging population. Now, CPR News has said about by 2030, Colorado expects up to 40,000 retirees each year, shifting the workforce balance. Now, a lot of these retirees are probably moving to states like Florida because there's better taxes and it's a little bit more affordable and their money goes longer than it would here in Colorado. Now, number 3 is economic and housing slowdown. A Common Census Institute says the job growth is projected at just 1.2% in 2025, and the housing permits have fallen, especially in the Denver area. So we're seeing a lot more slowdown in economically, especially also I think with the job market slowing down out here because people aren't able to work remotely. They have to go back into work. They're probably having to go back to their jobs like in California and Austin and all these other locations. So it makes it a little bit harder for people to want to stay here since they can't work as much remotely. Now let's connect this to the housing market. Let's take a look at the active listings in 2024 versus 2025. We're going to look at the month of July for both both years. Now, we're going to look at 3 different locations just to give you an idea. We're going to look at Denver, Littleton, and Castle Rock. So let's start with Denver. Denver in 2024 saw about 2,100 active listings, and in 2025 they saw about 3,100 active listings. Now, Littleton, they saw in 2024 about 400 active listings versus the 2025 numbers of 660 active listings. Castle Rock, 345 in 2024, and 2025 they saw about 480 active listings in the month of July. Now, what does this mean for you in the housing market? Well, people could be moving for multiple reasons. They could be moving because they're accepting the interest rates that they are around that 6 to 7%, and they just need to upgrade their houses, or they could be actually moving because they want to leave the state of Colorado. I have one listed in Aurora, and they want to leave Colorado, and they're moving to another location. And I have another one listed in Castle Rock where they are actually just moving just because they want to go to a different house. So 2 different reasons why they're moving. One is because they want to leave the state, and one because they just want a different house. We won't really truly know why we're seeing so many more active listings unless we really interviewed everybody, but I'm curious of what you think, why we're seeing more people actively listing their house in the comments below. So what does it mean for you as a buyer or a seller, why people are leaving Colorado? Well, the people that are leaving Colorado are selling houses. So it's gonna be one of those factors that adds to the inventory, but these sellers are not becoming buyers. So what does this mean? Buyers are having a little bit less competition out there. One, because we're seeing so much inventory that we've seen in years, some of the data we talked about earlier, and we are seeing less buyers. So this just gives a buyer the ability to look and be picky on what kind of house they want. They can be a little bit more aggressive on their offers, and come inspection, you can actually have an inspection and actually ask for things to be taken care of, compared to 21 and 22 where you actually had to waive that most of the time when you were putting in offers. Now, what does this mean for you as a seller? Well, sellers, don't fret because things are still closing every day. We are seeing people go to closing, going under contract. Things are still moving. You just have to price your house correctly, and you have to have a realtor in your corner that is being aggressive when it comes to marketing, selling your house, following up with other agents after looking at your house, running open houses, and much more. So it can be done. It's nothing to worry about. It's just you have to watch the market when your house is on the market. See what the market's telling you. Are you overpriced? Are you not? Are you getting showings? There's a lot of factors that can happen and can tell you what's going on with your listing. But things are still selling, which is a good thing for you. It's just not going as quick as it was in 21 and 22, where realtors could just take a picture with their iPhone and have their house under contract in the next couple hours. Things to think about. This is what it means for you with people leaving. And let me know if I missed something, or if there's something that you want to put in the comments why you think people are leaving Colorado. I'm sure there's a lot more reasons than the 3 reasons we went over today. Well, my name is Tyler Norris. Again, I am a local realtor out here in Colorado. I do have a one-on-one consultation link. If you are thinking about moving to Colorado, I have that link in the description below. We can set up a conversation today, tomorrow, whenever it's convenient to you, and help you navigate your real estate goals and wants, and we can just make sure we have the best plan for you moving forward. Also, I will put a link to my free relocation roadmap, and it really helps and takes a lot of stress out of relocating to Colorado. Now, I want to say thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can stay up to date with all my videos and you don't miss a single thing about moving to Colorado.